Hi, it's Miss Nelson, and I miss you completely. I know some of you didn't even have me yet, so I thought I'd do a quick introduction. So I am Miss Nelson, I am your drama teacher, and I'm gonna read one of my very favorite stories and what I read the very first day of class. It's called Miss Nelson is Missing. No, I did not write this book. No, it is not about me. It just happens to have my name. The kids in room 207 were behaving badly again. Spitballs were stuck to the ceiling. Paper planes whizzed through the air. They were the worst behaved class in the whole school. Now settle down, said Miss Nelson in a very pleasant voice. But they would not settle down. They whispered, and they giggled, and they squirmed, and they made faces. They were even rude during story hour, and they always refused to do their lessons. Something will have to be done, said Miss Nelson. The next morning, Miss Nelson did not come to school. Wow, yelled the kids, now we can really act up. They began to make more spitballs and paper airplanes. Today, let's be terrible. Not so fast, hissed an unpleasant voice. An ugly woman in a black dress stood before them. I'm your new teacher, Miss Viola Swamp. As she rapped the desk with her ruler. Where's Miss Nelson? Asked the kids. Never mind that, snapped Miss Swamp. Open those arithmetic books. Miss Nelson's kids did as they were told. They could see that Miss Swamp was a real witch. She meant business. Right away, she put them to work and she loaded them down with homework. We'll have no story hour today, said Miss Swamp. Keep your mouth shut. Sit perfectly still, and if you misbehave, you'll be sorry. The kids in room 207 had never worked so hard. Days went by and there was no sign of Miss Nelson. The kids missed Miss Nelson. Maybe we should try to find her, said some of the kids. And some of them went to the police. Detective McSmog was assigned to the case. He listened to their story. He scratched his chin. I think Miss Nelson is missing. Detective McSmog was not going to be very much help. The other kids went to Miss Nelson's house. The shades were tightly drawn, and no one answered the door. In fact, the only person they did see was the wicked Miss Viola Swamp coming up the street. If she sees us, she'll give us more homework. They got away just in time. Maybe something terrible happened to Miss Nelson. Maybe she was gobbled up by a shark. But that didn't seem very likely. Maybe Miss Nelson went to Mars, said another kid. But that didn't seem very likely either. I know, exclaimed one know-it-all. Maybe Miss Nelson's car was carried off by a swarm of butterflies. But that seemed less likely of all. The kids in room 207 became very discouraged. It seemed that Miss Nelson was never coming back, and they would be stuck with Miss Viola Swamp forever. They heard footsteps up the hall. "Here comes the witch," they whispered. "Hello, children," said someone in a sweet voice. It was Miss Nelson. "Did you miss me?" she asked. "We certainly did," cried all the kids. "Where were you?" "That's my little secret," said Miss Nelson. "How about story hour?" "Oh, yes," cried the kids. Miss Nelson noticed that during story hour no one was rude or silly. "What brought about this lovely change?" "That's our little secret," said the class. Back home, Miss Nelson took off her coat and hung it next to an ugly black dress in her closet. When it was time for bed, Miss Nelson sang a song. "I'll never tell," she said to herself with a smile. P.S. Detective McSmog is working on the case. He is now looking for Miss Viola Swamp. Well, I hope you enjoyed our book today, and I love reading stories. We're going to do lots of different activities. We're going to breathe. We're going to act. We're going to sing. We're going to dance, and just try to be entertained as much as we can. So I'm so glad you could join me today in my fun at-home classroom. All right, have a nice day. Bye.